Hello, everybody. Thanks, Anne, for the welcome, and thank you, everybody on the platform. Today, I feel like the thorn amongst the roses, especially in the industry I come from. I'm usually the rose, but listening to all the other brands and the amazing achievements they've had in their endeavors they've put together has been really an eye-opener. I'd like to thank everyone for all the relevant stakeholders for allowing me to showcase my business today on this platform. It is a rare event for me. I previously was part of the Ghana Green Building Summit, and I've got to meet a lot of people in the African continent, and I'm looking forward to further engagements. So a little bit of Ikigai Engineering. Ikigai is a Japanese word meaning balance or a reason for being. And the company was formed 3.5 years ago after I resigned from a toxic situation of sexual harassment, victimization, intimidation by my managing director of an international company. I decided that I had a good head on my shoulders and that I could pursue something on my own, adding value and changing lives. Being a female in the energy and the electrical sector, I decided that it was time to change the way and the mindset of the engineering fraternity. So Ikigai Engineering is multifaceted. We are very diversified, and it's that diversifiedness that has carried us through the several lockdowns of the pandemic that South Africa has experienced in the last 2 years. To go back to Ikigai, if you look at my website and if you actually Google the term Ikigai, you'll find that there's 4 actual main areas of which I sat down and I drafted in how the 4 facets of the business will fit in. The first one is, what do you love? What is your passion? And that's one of the greatest things for me is training and development and capacity building and educating young kids. And that formed a component, which is now a separate sister business called Iki Kids, which focuses on STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics classes for early learners. So we're talking the 2 to 5-year-olds who are very, very able to grasp physical and mathematical concepts, and we don't give them the benefit of the doubt of that. And I saw that in my son and developed the program. We recently introduced coding and robotics, which goes up to 14 years old. And in COVID, we adapted to online and then selling the packages to the homeschool educators and the parents so they could continue the education at home in safe protection away from the virus. So that is what I love. What does the world need, which is my mission? And the world needs climate change action. It needs renewable energy. And that then became one part of the business where we actually supply and install solar water heaters and solar PVs and hybrid solutions for the residential and commercial sector. As you would know, the South African public have been hit with load shedding or outages from our utility, and this has become quite an essential part of the business. Hence my sleepless nights in the last 2 weeks in trying to get power to people, forgetting in rural areas in the suburbs as well, and trying to keep everybody on board and powered up, especially from the work from home environment, which many are still accustomed to. The third part of the business is what I'm good at, and I'm good at talking, I'm good at educating, capacity building once again, and that's on the adult side. So I serve on several boards, adding training exposure, and my main one is part of the Southern African Energy Efficiency Confederation, and my portfolio is training to bring in more women and youth into the sector. I also am an accredited trainer for the EWCETA government stakeholder agency and a private institute called the Institute of Energy Professionals Africa, which also does a lot of accredited training into Africa as well. And the third part is, what can I get paid for? And that's my advisory. I'm an electrical engineer by profession and have several energy certifications in the sector. So my job is to try and empower women and try to bring in more youth into the sector. I'm part of the Gender Ministry Advisory Council for South Africa, and that's being formed to economically empower women more into the energy sector as we see renewable energy starting to take off in the country. So not so much the thorn, It may be a hard and difficult topic being an engineer in the field, but I've softened it and changed things a lot more in the last 3 years. And I see that they are definitely going to be great strides for females to join the sector and to become more part of just not being a part of the table or tick box, but actually having a voice that is heard in the sector itself, moving away from having only being in a male-dominated field. Yeah, and that's me in a nutshell, short, simple, just as I am, and to the point. Thank you once again for the opportunity. I'm very pleased to be here.